Hi lovelies, welcome back to UG Update. So guys, let's talk about the Janak series guys. And we'll be talking about quite an interesting episode that will be coming up in the Janak series pretty very soon. Let's find out what went down between Janak and Aditya. But before I continue to the video, please don't forget that this is still UG Update. In case you are yet to subscribe to UG Updates, please click on the subscription button and subscribe. Don't also forget guys to give the video a thumbs up. Alright guys, let's dive straight into the video. So guys, the episode starts with Aditya asking the doctor, did you do the test? The doctor says Janak isn't pregnant, she has a tumor in her body. He gets shocked and then she says it's a big tumor. We can't ignore it and we have to immediately operate it. He asks her to do the best treatment. She then says we can operate it tomorrow after some tests. Don't worry, sign a bond. He says I'm her friend. She then asks who will sign the bond. He says I can sign it. It's okay, she is alone in this world. Her mom passed away and she has to survive. Her life is important, she just signed the film. The doctor says she can do normal work once she recovers. So he says I trust you, can I meet her once? Did you tell this to Janak? Then the doctor says yes, I told her. In another scene, Janak thinks Anirudh got saved. Now he doesn't have to suffer. We were married. I want to tell you what I'm going through because I respect you and our marriage. Anirudh then comes to his room and talks to Arshi in another scene and she starts arguing with him about Janak. She says my friends got married and their lives are running smooth. Why do we have these problems? It's all your fault since day one. Anyways, I have a program in Dubai and I want you to come along. He says that's great, I will have to apply for leave. She says then do it, I hope Janak doesn't come there. I feel angered and irritated when I see her face. She's characterless and mannerless. Back to Aditya and Janak and Aditya comes to the ward and asks can I come inside Janak? She says yes, sorry your time got wasted and you didn't have food. He says it's okay. The doctor asked me to sign the bond and it's nothing important. She says they make a person do it when there is risk in the operation. While in Arshi's scene, Arshi says Janak is like a mom and you know her now. The family respects Janak even after all this. You think I can forgive your family? No, never. He says Bablu loves her and then she says she has ruined your life. Even then Bablu loves her. He says relax, we shall sleep now because it's late. But she insists and says I know you get affected when I talk about Janak. Back to Janak and Aditya scene, Janak says I'm not afraid to die and I won't regret if anything happens to me. There isn't any baby, so there won't be anyone to cry for me and miss me. He says yes, I'm just flirting with you. I never told you any truth. Then he cries. She says you weren't such before. Then he says you made me like this. Many people cheated me, but then I had become a playboy. I used to do time pass with girls and leave them. But then you came in my life and you made me realize that I can fall in love again. Love never dies. So one has to find love and I know love hurts. But there is no meaning to live without love. She then asks what happened to you. He says nothing, I want your permission to sign the bond. She says you have to sign but I have a request. He asks her to say, then she says please inform Anirudh. Back to Anirudh and Arshi and Arshi argues with Anirudh and then he says dad did wrong and I can't please him. She says he did that for Apple's betterment. He knew Lalon will leave Apple, so we will get responsibility of our children. His way might be different, but you didn't listen to him. He says don't embarrass me by discussing this. Dad is wrong. He has no right to decide for someone's life. We got married, so what's the guarantee that our marriage runs forever? She is then shocked. Back to Aditya and Janak and Aditya says Anirudh insulted you. Then Janak says that marriage was false, but it happened. We never accepted this relationship. Then later I realized I can't deny it. We legally broke the marriage, even then this relationship. Marriage and they are true for me. I don't believe in the papers I signed, so I will always regard him as my husband and I love him. So I madly want to tell him about the baby. I'm going to undergo an operation, so he should know about it. Please inform him. While Arshi continues to argue with Anirudh and says, "What do you mean?" Anirudh says, "I'm just giving an example." She says, "No, you mean it." He then says, "Yes, you don't trust me." She then says, "I trust you. You are the culprit and you should have not gone to Kashmir to protect Janak. You are paying for your deeds and you don't know what she can do." He then says, "Please, you have no right to say against Uvashi." She then argues. While Aditya ensures Janak and says, "I will call Anirudh. I like it that you are saying the truth at this point also. I hope the pain is less." Janak says yes, and then he says, "Take care. You have to stay alive. So don't worry, everything will be fine." He stops from holding her, and then she asks him to hold her as a friend. He says, "We are friends, thanks." So he holds her hand. Back to Anirudh, and Anirudh says, "I have much work tomorrow." But then he gets a call. Arshi asks, "Who call is it?" Then he says, "It's an unknown number. Maybe it's Apple." He takes the call. Then Aditya says, "Janak's operation is going to happen tomorrow. It's critical. It was an emergency." Anirudh asks, "What operation?" Then Aditya says, "I will sign the bond for the operation. But Janak wanted me to inform you once. I don't think you can come, but it's okay." Anirudh then asks him to say it. While Arshi continues to ask, "Who call is this?" Aditya continues to say, "I don't know what is between you two, that she asked me to inform you. But she thinks it's her duty. I feel insulted to talk to you, but you insulted Janak. I don't think to tell you anything, but she is committed and dedicated. She thinks you should know everything. The doctor said she is pregnant, but the symptoms weren't of pregnancy." Anirudh then asks, "Then what?" Aditya then says, "You got excited, so you thought you got free of the blames. How will you prove that it was a lie? I was ready to help her and accept her child, but she came to you to tell the truth. You are lucky you got free. But anyways, there is a big tumor in her stomach." But then Anirudh became shocked. Guys, that's quite an episode. This was the episode Janak got to find out that eventually she was not actually pregnant, but she had a stomach tumor. Well, guys, the reaction coming from Anirudh. What does that mean? Do you think that Janak will eventually forgive Anirudh for everything that Anirudh really put her through? Regardless, guys, I don't know what I will say, but please drop what you think about this on the comment section. And as you do that, guys, please don't forget that this is still UG Update. In case if you are yet to subscribe to UG Update, please click on the subscription button and subscribe. Don't also forget, guys, to give the video a thumbs up. Alright, lovelies, that'll be a wrap. Thank you guys for watching up to this point. I really love you guys, and I will see you guys on my next video.